Welcome back to Suladan Plays Garten of BanBan 2. So as you can see, the quick save has rewound us ever so slightly, which isn't a problem because I actually wanted to say a few things about this room. Let me just remember where I was. Okay, there you are. Okay, so what the game wants you to do is you push this button. Now, these X's are something I haven't really talked a lot about, but I take some slight issue with them. But once I push that button, I'll be able to talk about why. Yeah. Outside of the initial area where you get the drone and the game's explaining to you how to drone, there's not really an in-universe explanation for why somebody came and painted these big yellow X's on the wall where I should bounce the drone. And it's kind of... I mean, it feels tutorial-ish, but we're well beyond the area that a tutorial would be happening. Now, if you want to put something that the player... You do want the player to come to this conclusion, and not having the X's would be a bad idea. I mean, not having something would be a bad idea. But the X's feel really out of place. My theory is what happened is originally these spotlights were there, but maybe they just weren't attention-getting enough. I don't know. I don't know how I would lead the player to this chain of events, but putting big yellow X's that don't feel like there's any reason somebody would have painted them in the universe just feels kind of janky. It's just weird. I don't remember if I can push this button or not. Kiddo. Oh, that's right. I'm right-clicking. I keep right-clicking to try to do that, and it's not. Then I get to wait for the big, long delay before the drone will accept further commands. Okay, then that, and then that turns on more lights, which reveals the trail. But yeah, the X's just still feel weird here. And we've seen this part, so I don't really have a whole... Oh, that sound still makes me jump because I subconsciously associate it with the Opila bird. I still feel like this is trying to tell me something. I don't know. That's boarded up. That one's open. I can't go through either one. I woke up in the bed, but the X's just bug me. And why is that boarded up? Okay, presumably, it's saying we came from that way. He plopped me there, boarded up the exits, and then went that way, but is he leaving the trail of green? Am I leaving the trail of green? Was the trail of green there all along? I don't know, and I don't really have a way to know. And if you're wondering why I keep squirming, there is a small furry creature currently nestling in the small of my back, debating on whether he wants to sleep there. And his tiny claws, they a tickle. Yes, that's all the information I'm giving you on that topic. Anyway, we ended up here. So yeah, as you can see, the game's autosave can be a little weird. In this case, it's not a big deal, but there are some cases later where it does become problematic. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Love the paint gradient color thing going on here. Very pretty. It's not often you see the reverse thing where people like color everything but the outlines of the shape, so it's very, very aesthetically pleasing. It feels very much like a nursery with trees, birds, balloons, butterflies. Giant undead eye. Do not cross, it will trick you. He's not kidding. He is not kidding either. Wait, can I boop you? Boop him, drone! Boop him! Yeah, this is the do not cross, it will trick you. I don't know if that qualifies as a trick, but that still feels a little weird. Very nice, though, and it's neat, because that's the first thing the player is going to try, is boop it in the eye with the drone, and then promptly be tricked. And now we've crossed where the autosave is, so it's because I stopped there and didn't come all the way up here. It's a very nice little scare there. You walk over here, and then having it do that. The camera shake is a little excessive. There should be a camera shake there, but I think the degree to which it shakes is a little excessive. And I don't know what's up with that one. He big. He big and he angry. And he's not Jumbo Josh, which is even stranger. He's Jumbo, but he ain't Josh. Then we got a dead one hanging over the counter. Insofar as the word dead can be used here. He's gonna open doors. Got one in here, looking about like he's in an operating room. Knocked over a chair, as is my custom upon entry of room. This you may recognize from the Steam trailer for the game. It appears that they have them in here for teaching, but this one kind of flopped over and his eye fell out. Child, baby, fish, and elephant. Now, given the misspellings and all, I wonder if they're what wrote that. And this one looks like he's had a little too much to drink and just kind of toppled over sideways. I don't know, just something about the pose makes me think of that. And then, of course, I can't get to the room that's beyond him because it's barricaded with gurneys. I don't know why there's a pile of gurneys, but it's fun to say gurneys. So let's poke around these desks. Nothing here. The yellow one, he looked happy. He dead, but he looked happy. Then you've got this tank hooked to the door. I really would put a label somewhere, because that could be easy to miss. And then you've got this, where it's saying that I need to extract. Now, presumably, that refers to the biggin out there that's unhappy with me. And then this. So it wants you to go around. And this, like, if I hadn't seen somebody do this, this area, there's just some of the... You want your player to be able to figure out what they need to do, and some of it can be a little obscure at times, but it basically wants you to go to each of the dead bodies and extract Guyvanium. Now this brings up the question, are these things the original source of the Guyvanium? And they're kept down here for harvesting? Am I just harvesting Guyvanium from them because they're dead and they don't need it? Do the bodies animated by Guyvanium produce more Guyvanium and therefore be, like, harvest used for making more Guyvanium? These are all questions we don't have an answer to. This is also a cannon. And a note. There is a note. What can note tell me? I don't know what happened. One second they were as docile and peaceful as a kindergarten or toddler, and the next they were ripping the place apart. I think the loud crash might have startled them. I didn't know they were so prone to their instincts. Me and the rest of the survivors are currently cornered in the main hall. We're running low on ammo and energy to defend ourselves. At least this cannon prop they brought here the other day is finally being put to use. Yeah, prop cannons aren't known for their ability to be used as actual cannons, so I don't think that was a prop. Anyway, it's only a matter of time before we're defenseless, and when we do, I hate to think about what they're going to do to us. We're heading for the lower levels when we see an opening. Nobody's been down there in a while, and should be safer to wait this out, if we can make it. I must leave it at that because I'm getting yelled at for writing this and not helping. Save yourself and get out of here if you can. Ha ha ha, the last part's a bit funny. Because I'm sure he took all the time to write that and then got fussed at for writing it. Okay, so I need something to distract... What's-his-face? Maybe hitting him with the thing is a distraction, as long as I don't squeeze past him. And of note, this is one of those places where the autosave can be weird, because if I died here, I'd have to recollect from all of them. Not that it's a huge deal, but just a little weird. There we go. But don't try to squeeze past him, for he will trick you. It says so on the wall. I don't have as much of a mechanical complaint with this area. I do, you know, you will naturally, as the player, you're going to try to go that way, die. It's going to lead you around here. You might miss the note, and then you'll go from room to room to room. And naturally, you'll be drawn, well, here, but you can't go through there. So you'll be drawn into here, where this on the wall... I mean, I think it's pretty straightforward, but this could confuse people, because you don't have a reason as a player to make a lot of connection here. So a note kind of talking about some of this would be nice, and then a note or a, you know, Galvanium tank label or something here would be also nice. But basically you bring it here and you fill up the tank, because for some reason the door lock is powered by being filled with Galvanium. What's in the closet, you ask? A rocket. I don't... this is one of those parts that doesn't make a ton of sense, but I get to fire a rocket, so... And he ain't happy. He has withdrawn into the shadows. And then I know that if you come in here, there's a hat. I don't know if there's a... Okay, there is a wall. I'm not looking towards the wall because it makes me feel like I'm staring into the abyss. Which is the intention. And I don't recall what's behind this door. This door feels kind of superfluous, but it adds to world building. And a note. Oh, the child monkey. I'm assuming that this refers to all of them out there because Captain Fiddle's, you know, phrase was, what is it, ooga booga booga ooga, which sounds almost like unga bunga, so it's probably, you know, we're joking on that. Case 12G has surpassed all other subcases in presented attributes, which include intelligence, agility, and imitation. As desired, it imitates the behavior of a very obedient human toddler, which is perfect to showcase appropriate behavior to real children. Case 12G shows extreme levels of stress when not near their assigned caregiver, but the levels of stress do not turn into violent fits of rage as observed in other Case 12s, only what has been deciphered as crying. In terms of intelligence, Case 12G is capable of performing simple mathematical operations using not only shapes, but the traditional number system. However, Case 12G is incapable of comprehensible speech. In terms of agility, Case 12G shows exceptional stamina with climbing abilities that surpass those of real primates. Case is ready for presentation. Yeah, I don't think that went too well. Why is it dark? Why is that dark? Some of the shadows get weird in this game. Very, very strange. I don't like how dark it is in here. This is just a hallway, it's fine. Oh, I know where I'm at now. Okay. I don't want to know what made that noise. I don't want to know what I see moving. What are you? Are you the moon? And, well, we're about to find out. Framped, I think I found one of your friends, because he looks like a primordial serpent from Dark Souls. Not so much in face, but the fact that it's just a long noodle coming up from the abyss. And the game has even called it the abyss. So methinks is a primordial what's-a-who's-it. Get him! That is not the... You get over here and defend me, drone. Droid. Drone. Droid drone. I forgot what to call it for a minute. Get him! Get him! Well, we're just gonna run away now. Yep. When the guy said that he thought he saw faces in the abyss, I don't think it was intended to be quite that literal. You behave yourself. I don't recall if that door was open before, but... This is where I came from, right? Yeah, this is the path I came from. Oh. Oh dear. I get it. You're telling me Josh is alive. Oh. Well, that's nifty. It's also nice how he just neatly stacked that. Where did he go is the question. Going that way ain't gonna do us any good. Going this way I don't trust because of that. Get it. Get him. Oh dear, it's intangible. We're just gonna move on with life now. And hide behind this desk. Alias. The bed. After the recent genetic modifications that were applied to Case 10, significant behavior changes have been observed. Aggression towards certain demographics has been completely replaced with protective and motherly behavior. Said demographic includes individuals of small stature, high-pitched voices, and those with childlike attributes. Individuals that do not fall into this category, however, are still met with extreme aggression that can turn lethal due to the case's large size and possession of sharp beak. Oddly, said demographics are also exclusively human, with the exception of Case 10 A, B, C, D, E, and F. All organic organisms, birds included, both adult and young, are met with the same level of aggression as humans who do not possess child-related attributes. Case is not ready for presentation. Aggression. Get over here. I would still love for there not to be such a huge delay between me being able to give commands to Droney there. Oh, good. Yeah, you have to hit these buttons in a certain order because they're not active otherwise. Did you hit the button? Oh, you did hit the button. Get over here. You're doing great, Droney. You're just a bit slow on the command reception. Very quick on the completion of the commands once recepted, but go get it. As much as I like the button pushing, this feels a little bit like needless busy work. Well, that's all 4 of them. Now what? Is there another secret button? There is a secret button. I just want you to know I don't trust you and everything that's going on with you. At all. Giant moon face thing. And then we got a hat, but I'm not messing with that. I don't trust this hallway. I don't trust this hallway. Locked. Locked. That one's open. Possibly. Not open. Okay. Got a note. How to survive a giant snail attack. Red light, green light. I don't think you need to be teaching the children how to survive giant snail attacks. That is a concern. Thank you for appearing right where you needed to be. Okay, I don't... Again, in-universe, have no explanation for these buttons. I half expected something to jump out while I was talking. Giant buttons that are above the reach of normal people. Like, there's no way they just expect people to be, like, booping drones around on the walls to open doors. That wouldn't make any architectural design sense. And it would just slow things down for actually opening doors and probably make any semblance of, like, escape in case of fire impossible. And, oh, I don't trust. I see eyes. And I can't send the drone. Drone has begun to ignore me. See, these are the kinds of things that are generally not good. That is not a good sound.
Quick, in here!
I don't know. Just what I need. I don't trust you. But all the other doors are shut. Hi, Angry Bird. Hi, Angry Bird. Hey! Didn't know I needed to actually shut the door. You know what? That one's completely on me for trying to mess around with the system. That one's well executed. That was funny. Oh no. It is now less funny because I right-clicked and have to wait on this again. It's just time-consuming, having to wait between commands. Not so much these commands, as much as the summon command has like a... Like... Oh, no, I can. I was gonna test it and see how long it takes, but it's opening that door is what disables the drone. Hi, bird.
Quick, in here!
I should have walked in backwards so I could actually see you coming out of that room, because you're taller than the door. Her head did tilt back just a little bit, but not near enough. Hi, bird. Aw. We've come to this part. You worry me, ma'am. Also, invisible wall. Nope, not invisible wall. I stand corrected. You want to save this dwarf? Give us your lunch. See, who painted these things?
Everyone, I want to
Kindness, betrayal, sadness, evil, betrayal, sadness, evil, betrayal, sadness. Aren't you supposed to represent kindness?
This is your first day, but be late again.
Those numbers concern me.
You're a new
Drinking,
unpopular
eating,
student, so
flaying,
you have to sit with the unpopular table in the middle. Now sit, so we can begin.
Well, my drone is gone. And she will kill you if you don't do as she says.
Sit.
I mean, quite thoroughly kill you.
Where do you think you're going?
Hey, I'm not going anywhere. I'm running away from you, apparently. I could keep this up for a while, but it's going nowhere useful for either of us. You're going to need to get used to that sound because we're going to be hearing it a fair bit, because this section can be one of the ones where the autosave is not your friend. I really hope it puts me in the classroom at least.
Now sit, so we can begin.
Okay, good. This is the position of the autosave you're going to need to get used to.
Okay, class, so the first
I have mixed feelings about this section, but we'll get there when we get there.
Over the course of the semester, you will learn how to annihilate others, how to safely extract the human brain for eating, and... Oh, wait, I made a mistake. I think that's lesson 4 of the day.
What went wrong with you?
Over the course of the semester, you will learn to add, subtract, divide, multiply, and so much more.
What went wrong?
I am so excited. Before we start, let's revise some of the basics. What is 6874123612 plus 9819399912? And remember, wrong answers will be very hard to
Yeah, the tape things are what you've got to roll with. Use the tape players to answer. So the game does tell you. Smart kid, dramatic kid, really smart kid, and weird kid. I'm going to say the really smart one is probably the obvious answer.
Correct!
Oh, and if anybody answers wrong, you're the one that dies.
Next question, and one that I
also,
wrote myself.
That's the first question, so the really paying attention thing is weird.
Correct!
Can I pause now?
I thought everyone would get it wrong.
Can I? Nope.
Before your lunch break.
Alright.
What is misery plus disappointment?
Dramatic kid.
My life. Correct! Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for math.
Yeah, the first section's kind of easy, so that's not a problem.
Go to your lunch break, and then we'll start the next lesson when you come back.
And the drone has appeared and is now in the naughty corner. Okay, now I can pause. You can't pause. Oh, that's right. This isn't a pause menu. Oh, yeah. The game continues. No. Yeah, the game continues while you're in the menu, so a lot of good that does me. So as long as she doesn't freak out because I'm standing here. which would be very unfortunate. I kind of have a similar issue with her voice as I do BanBan's, and it just doesn't fit, you know, the... She big, and she says monstrous stuff, so just having a purely normal sounding voice is a little weird. At the very least, I would suggest having moments where the voice dips into, you know, some more demonic effects. I've seen a lot of games do that, where you'll have somebody that sounds normal, but there's always those little hints in their voice where certain words don't come out quite humanly. Another problem I have with this section is if the other students get a wrong answer, you get punished. I think that's weird. I probably, you know, I get the system they're going for, but you probably want a 3 strikes you're out system or some other system rather than, oh yeah, you got the answer wrong, you die. Because in universe, you're not the one giving the answers. She's delusional. She doesn't know you're the one pushing the buttons, presumably. Or maybe she is, maybe she knows full well what she's doing and she is punishing you for hitting the button. I don't know. Secondly, what went wrong with her? She was supposed to be the motherly teaching type, and they just right out of the gate had to extract human brains and annihilate others. What? I feel like there could have been more of a build-up to her seeming normal for a bit and then going more off the deep end. So maybe having the little intro be normal, the first set of questions be normal, then something strange with the second set of questions, something really strange with the third set, and so on. But yeah, just kind of weird. And then between classes, you come over here to the lunch area. This whole section is just kind of a break from the flow of game, and it feels weird. And it's just like it's intended to showcase her, which not a bad thing. It's just weird. It doesn't really fit. So you need. Okay, each object represents a different type of person. The little watering cans are the nerds, the ones being bullied. The bowling pins are the bullies, and the cool kids are the basketballs with sunglasses on. So basically, there is a section of dialogue. Anyway, save our friend, he's being bullied. You want to save him, give us lunch money. To get lunch money, they want gum. Now there's more message up here, but I can't see it because for some reason, and that's with the settings all maxed out. There's just the lighting in here works weird for some people. So yeah, you go around and collect gum, and I don't know what happened to this one. He fell down the slide, I guess, and they got stepped on apparently. So I don't know how much gum I need, which is problematic because the game doesn't actually tell us. Alright, that was enough apparently. But presumably, she would be the one setting all these up, which means she's the one painting these, but she didn't come over here to paint them. And it's all so weird. What's up there?
Attention everyone, this announcement concludes your lunch break.
There's a bowling pin in there.
Please return to your classes.
There's a bowling pin in there, and
Also,
BanBan is on
teachers,
the... I'm so
please
confused.
keep in mind that we're on the lookout for a very, very naughty student, believed to be accompanied by a drone. If you catch them, call Principal BanBan's office immediately.
Oh, don't do that. I was seeing if I could... No, the drone is vanished, apparently.
Hey, you didn't see the person they're talking about, did you? Oh, what am I saying? You're one of the cool kids. Of course you don't talk to ugly, unpopular kids like them. Take a seat with the cool kids where you belong.
I may have broken it. I broke it. Hang on.
Where do you think you're going?
I did broke it. Wait. What? Yeah,
You've been a bad student.
Oh dear. Okay, so he thought of that. They're barricading the door to prevent me from actually using that as an early escape. But I give them points for that. That's kind of funny. So yeah, you're not supposed to... I thought maybe the game was being merciful and giving you a way out, a way out early. But I think I legitimately broke it somehow. So that's weird and funny. And okay, popular, class clown, loud kid, sea life lover.
Like we did for math, and since this is the first science lesson of the semester, it will only be
I don't know.
But first, let me introduce you to our classroom rules.
Shouldn't you have done that first?
No talking, no breathing, no moving,
Excuse
no
me?
asking questions, and no washroom breaks. Remember, I will have to punish you very, very harshly if you break
I'm moving.
any
What
of
are you
those
gonna
rules.
do about it?
Back to the review.
I'm moving
Let's
while
start with something
breathing. What are
easy.
you gonna do
How
about
hot
it?
is the sun?
That's probably not great for the video encoder though.
I'm so funny.
Exactly.
Wrong.
I don't get being punished for somebody else's answer. And this section is designed to where it's intentionally set up for you to fail, because past the first section it becomes try every answer until you figure out the pattern. In some cases, I mean, there's going to be obvious ones here and there, but it just breaks the flow of the game and feels weird. And you've got to listen to her monologue every time, which is a complaint I've seen from others. Which is the main annoying part, because it becomes an unskippable cutscene that by design you're having to go through multiple times in multiple iterations, because you'll have to do it there, maybe, if you don't figure that one out yourself. Do it here, then do it there. And just lots and lots and lots of listening to her rant and ramble.
I will have to punish you very, very harshly if you break any of those rules.
So, just
Back to
not the
review.
biggest fan of
Let's
that.
start with something easy. How hot is the sun?
Excuse me, popular kid.
Nothing's as hot as me.
See, that's what I mean by the voice
I'll
effect.
allow it, but only because it made me laugh and because you're a cool kid. I can tell by
See,
your
having it happen on the laugh
glasses.
works well,
Next
but
question.
you
How many
know,
hearts does an octopus have?
sea life lover.
Stingerflint.
That's not.
Correct.
Oh,
That's half right, since Stingerflint is close to an octopus. He's a
that doesn't
jellyfish.
answer how many hearts they have in the
But
slightest.
I'll allow it, since you're a cool kid. Normal octopuses have 3 hearts. We humans have 1. And Stingerflint has... I'm not sure actually, but let's move on. Next question. We have 5
Strange.
senses. Sight, smell, taste, touch, and...
Loud kid.
Correct! Oh, you just made me use my 5th sense. Close enough. I'll allow it.
I'm confused.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for science.
Answering correct
today.
first and then
Go on
doing
to
that just...
second break
It's some of
and
the...
start the next lesson when it's over.
So many bits and pieces of this are confused. What happens if I run up? Ew, let's not. Okay, never mind. I don't know. I'm out of here. Also, the paintings have moved, which is a whole other question in who is sneaking in here and painting stuff. So in order to join the bullies, I have to bully, which means stealing lunch money, and it doesn't... I stole it from a bully. I'm so confused by this. This whole section is just surreal. Maybe that's the point. It's a fever dream. I collapsed in the hallway when the bird saw me. The bird lost interest in me, and this is all just a fever dream. And that's why there's a bowling pin in here. Am I just carrying the bowling pin and becoming... I don't know how these things work.
Attention everyone, this announcement concludes your second break. Please return to your classes.
I don't trust you.
Oh, wow! 3 new kids in one day? 1 unpopular kid? Yuck. 1 cool kid and 1 mean kid.
Just yuck. Like,
Welcome!
not much emotion
Sit
in
at the
that
table to your
statement.
left, where you belong, so we can begin.
Yep, we're not bumping into her anymore.
Okay, kids. the
Unkind,
next lesson
mean,
is
mean,
health
and pain giver.
kindness. Just like we did for math and science, it will only be a review
You
lesson.
worry me.
Let's start with some common knowledge to freshen your stupid brains.
See, moments like that, having the
Here,
voice
give me an example of
would
an
have...
unkind
I don't know, it just would have been more interesting. Mean kid.
I hate school. Wrong!
I mean, that's an unkind thing to say, so, I mean, close enough. This section needs work. There's potential here, but it's just kind of weird. For some of the aforementioned reasons of it breaking the flow of the game, and it just... the unskippable cutscenes, it generally feeling kind of weird.
So we can begin.
The unskippable cutscenes.
Okay, kids. The next lesson is health
It takes so
and
long, the
kindness.
unskippable cutscenes.
Just like we did for math and science.
I don't know, this
will
feels
only
like
be a review
padding, like it's
lesson.
just fluffing out and stretching the
Let's start
game's
with some
length
common
without really
knowledge to
adding a
freshen
whole
your
lot.
stupid brains.
It's
Can
creative,
anyone here give me an
but it
example
needs
of an unkind
polish.
person?
Let's try the other mean kid.
School sucks. Wrong!
Mommy, the teacher killed me because I said I didn't want to be in school. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that one. I mean, don't attack children. I just mean her reaction to that one being wrong at least made sense. Maybe give the player 2 chances.
Welcome! Sit on the table to your left.
I don't
where you
know.
belong, so
That
we
would
can
make
begin.
this flow smoother, and then the unskippable nature wouldn't be his problem. It's just like, if it says it's wrong, I'll give you one more try, then wrong. Then worst case scenario, I die and have to do it a second
It
time.
will only be a review lesson. Let's start with some common
I'm gonna
knowledge to
guess the
freshen your
one that's
stupid
got
brains.
unkind in the name, because I should have
Anyone here
started
give
with
me
that
an
one.
Example of an unkind person. I will beat you to death. Correct. That is a perfect example. Good
And yet
job.
you keep killing me. Are you unkind?
Assuming it wasn't directed at me, of course. Now, this time, can anyone give me an example
reticle
of
lines
Where
up.
do you think you're going?
What did I put? I didn't touch the keyboard. Is this because of the comment about not moving and because I was trying to follow her eye with the, like, aiming reticle? Oh, no. Oh, okay. It was like, it's not the sound you want to hear when you're trying to
Welcome.
respawn.
Sit on the table to your left, where you belong, so we can begin.
I am so thoroughly confused. Maybe that's the
Okay,
game dev's way of
the next
poking
lesson
fun at
is
this is
health
janky and is like, don't
kindness.
move, don't breathe, just get
Just
through
like
it.
we did for math
Probably
and
not,
science,
but
it will only be a
funny to
review
think
lesson.
about.
Let's start with some common knowledge to freshen your stupid brains.
And we'll pause
Can
after we
anyone
finish this
here
section,
give me
mind
an
you.
example of an unkind person. I will beat you to death. Correct.
I'm not moving.
That is a
I'm
perfect
not
example.
moving. My
Good
hands are up
job.
here.
Assuming it wasn't directed at me, of course. Now, this time, can anyone give me an example of a kind person? I will give you immense pain.
Because taker,
Correct.
giver. I get the pattern on
Exactly.
this.
Giving others things without expecting anything in return.
You have
is
misunderstood the
exactly what
concept of
kindness is.
giving.
This class is going to be great. I can feel it. Wait, what was that? I wonder if it's a new student. Nobody move while I check it out.
You heard that, right? Go, drone, go! Go, drone, go! Go, drone, go! Oh, dear. Run! Don't snitch on me for skipping and I'll give you some gum. What did that button do?
No, not again. I actually tried to be a good teacher this time.
No, you didn't. You did not. Well, you may have tried, but you didn't. Oh, well, that's the last thing in the world we need to see. I'm just going to go hide in the inner tube. And yes, I knew the inner tube was here. Capture the birds and place them in the nest. Birds. I think this is a good pausing place. So, my summary for this little tidbit is some of the paintings on the wall can be strange when you think too hard about them, like the X's in that initial puzzle trying to show you where to bounce the drone. Why would they be there? We need, like... I know I'm probably rambling a little bit today. Things have been weird lately. And again, small, fluffy thing. going on. He keeps moving. But the X's need to be replaced with something, and I know it only comes up the one time, but it just feels unpolished, because you need a reason that those X's would be there, other than, yeah, this is just here so that the player knows where to bounce the drone off of, because there's not an in-universe explanation for those X's being there. I'm going to call them Captain Fiddle's section. Pretty decent, but I still think you should have a note explaining a little bit more to lead the player towards the extraction process. It's not super hard to figure out, though. It would just be offer greater immersion. I don't know what's up with the giant moon face. We're pinning that one for later. The detail of having Jumbo Josh survive and that being his trail of Guyvanium, interesting. I like that. Nice detail. The section leading with her, it's such a break from gameplay that it feels weird, but it's also the main things that are going against it are the unskippable cutscenes that you keep having to repeat. In some cases, like, just too many times, it becomes grating. 2, you reveal your hand too quickly by having her say outlandish things right out of the gate. I would recommend making her seem normal and friendly. Maybe even through the first round. Have her be merciful. Like, you get the question wrong, she's like, okay, try again. Then some cracks in the facade start showing after you come back from break, and she's a little meaner, or maybe says some weird things. Then the third set, the facade has fully come down, and she kills you for one wrong answer, and, you know, says the really outlandish stuff about, like, harvesting human brains and annihilating your enemies and all that. That would give you more of a natural progression and show the idea that she is trying to keep on that happy face and be a good teacher, but who she is on the inside just starts breaking through, and it, you know, suffers from a breakdown, and you see who she really is. It would just feel a little more organic that way. At the very least, having the first set be merciful with the answers, the second set give you 2 tries, and then the third set be 1 try or death would offer more of a difficulty progression and ease the player into it, while also reducing the number of times that you have to relive the unskippable cutscene. It also would add, you know, greater depth of character, as it were, and a little more depth to her yelling, "I tried this time," because you would actually see her trying and then breaking and failing, as opposed to it just being something she shouts down a hallway. Just weird. And I would still recommend having that same voice effect that was used on her laugh on some of her more outlandish statements, or when you're trying to hint at the facade breaking or cracking. As for the birds, we're going to deal with the birds next time. Thank you for watching. I'm going to go ahead and pause here, and I will see you next time.